ResortLoop.com is proud to be sponsored by Joffrey's Coffee and Tea, the official specialty coffee of Disney Parks. Hot, cold, light, or dark, savory or sweet, there is a Joffrey's coffee for every moment and mood, celebration, and season. You can find Joffrey's specialty coffee and drinks in the parks, at Disney Springs, and online at Joffreys.com.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
The body of water that you see to the right of our forward motion is the Seven Seas Lagoon. The Seven Seas Lagoon is a man-made creation that took 3 years and the removal of millions of cubic yards of earth to complete.
Hey everybody, thanks for joining us. I'm Tim Scott. This is ResortLoop.com, the gateway to the magic. I hope everybody out there in LooperNation is doing well. I understand this has been a challenging week for basically everybody in the country. Everybody's had some challenges to overcome. Hopefully you're working at home. If you're not working at home, you're being safe out there. Stay in your clean bubble. Stay within 6 feet of people apparently is the safe distance. Personally, I wouldn't mind having a longer distance between certain people. That's a separate story for a separate day, and maybe we're in private. Anyway, so fresh off this, I don't even want to use the word today, the viral word of the year, but I will say, from the mind of Super Looper, Jeremy Hunt, his topic for the show today, we're going to do a Looper listener poll. This is, how are you enjoying the Disney magic in this time of social distancing? Fresh out of the gate, Jamie Price, the JJP, says, I was social distancing before social distancing was cool. I agree with that. I've done that myself. I'm looking forward to finally seeing Frozen 2. Hopefully you got that in. That was fresh last weekend, I believe. My Fast Pass selection day is the first week of April. Aside from that, no current plans. I'm actually watching Bugs Bunny at the moment. Ain't nothing wrong with some Bugs Bunny. Although Jamie Price is our wascally wabbit. Jeremy Hunt says Disney Plus is the obvious move. The Imagineering story puts you right in the parks. That's totally true. I'm planning on watching that again. I can be honest, I got to the last one because I just kind of let it roll, and I was expecting there to be like 1 or 2 more, and I was very disappointed when it was the end, so hopefully they'll work on more of those. He said other ideas, listening to some music, park music by way of Spotify, making some cocktails inspired by your favorite Disney lounge, making a resort restaurant-inspired meals. He said he did the homemade Ronto wraps this week. Catch up on Disney podcasts. Oh, he watches the Tim Tracker. Big fan of Mr. Tracker. Or ordinary adventure vids on YouTube. There are tons of great videos out there, and I came across one. Actually, somebody posted. I don't remember what it's called now, but I'll have to look it up, and maybe we'll talk about that later. But they had some awesome content on there. Nichelle Robbins, I believe she's brand new relatively to the LooperNation Live Facebook group. And if you're not in LooperNation Live, why don't you join us over there? There's going to be things happening, and maybe sooner than later. She says, for me, social distancing is just me being an introvert, so no changes. That's true. Some people's lives haven't changed a whole lot during all this. Oh my goodness. Great friend of the show, Vicky Marie, says, I think Disney Plus should be launched earlier here in the UK. Would definitely keep us entertained when the inevitable closures happen. That's true. I didn't hear if they were going to do that, but that would make sense. Hopefully they have the infrastructure ready. They may have already done that. I hope, although I've not heard it. Vicky, you'll let us know. Matt Birchfield says, I watch many YouTube videos and listen to park music 30 days till my next trip to the world. I hope so, Matt. I hope we can get down there. I'm going to be cautiously optimistic for everything, hoping everything goes as we're expecting. But again, safety's always first. Dave Hollywood. Hey, Dave. He goes, I wish we could practice social distancing at all times in the parks forever. I hate filling in all the dead space. That's true. Sometimes... I talked before about my ride on Kilimanjaro Safari, and I had a lady, she was sitting so close to me, she almost sat on my lap the whole ride. So that was not 6 feet of distance right there. Katie Marie says, I'm watching the Disney World Today videos that are played in the hotel rooms, listening to the audio loops as I clean around the house and looking at photos from past trips. That's true. I got a text this week from Brian Wamoff, and he told me about this. Al actually sent me the link to the WW Today app, which was just, it looks exactly like the screen on your in-room TV, where it has all the information for park openings, park closings, and all that kind of stuff, with the music in the background. So it's a great streaming music service if you want to feel like you're in the parks, or at least in your resort, getting ready to go to the park. So thank you, everybody, for that one. Dave Hollywood also asks, can we get rid of the fingerprint machines at the gate also? I'm sure they're going to be gone for a while, David. I wouldn't be surprised if Disney goes to more of a facial recognition thing. I know a lot of people would have privacy concerns about this. But after, what we're going on recently with the virus and touching and 6 feet bubbles and that kind of thing, I wouldn't be surprised if maybe people are more open to things like facial recognition as far as a means of identification. So we'll see how that goes. That's going to be an interesting tech question coming up in the future. Susan Gunn says, Disney Plus, going to enjoy a Frozen marathon tonight. All right. I've not watched that yet, but I'm going back and either rewatching, mostly watching, a lot of Marvel movies I've not had the opportunity to watch. So I'm catching up with those. I'll be up with all Marvel addicts out there soon. Sandy Lopez says she's watching the Disney Plus and the YouTube videos about Disney. I tell you, where would we be today? As it's one thing if we were back in the 80s, I had this thing where everyone was stuck in their house and we're not used to the internet, YouTube, Netflix, that whole thing. But now imagine if you had to take that away. Man, if you're stuck in your house and you lost the internet, I'm going to feel for you a whole lot. James Jamie Price, he also said he just completed a level of the DuckTales remastered. That looks like a video game that I'm not familiar with, but I used to be a big video game guy, but that I've not heard of. That looks like it'd be fantastic. Scott Tieperman said, oh, I totally forgot I bought that and never played it. I know what I'm doing tonight. Awesome. I wonder if that's a PlayStation or an Xbox, what that is. And then Scott Tieperman says, having to Netflix and chill and watch The Incredibles 2. Although he said it's not on Disney Plus until July 30th. So, loved The Incredible 2. That's a good call. Amy Van Utenbroek-Nace. I'm going to reach out to her very shortly, by the way, because I shouldn't keep doing that to her name. And she probably wouldn't like if I called her Amy Van Halen. So, we're not going to go with that. But she says, I listened to Sorcerer Radio while I painted the guest room. Amy, love the idea of working with like Disney music in the background. It kind of takes you away from actually the labor you're doing and kind of makes it go a little bit quicker. So, plus it kind of inspires me because anytime you look at anything Disney does, paint and everything's perfect, either where it's walls, outdoor trim, even like the kiosks around Epcot. You ever look how perfectly those things are? Kind of inspiring. Just throwing that out there. Good call, Amy. Matthew Wallace says, I'm watching YouTube walkthrough park videos and enjoying Disney Plus. Thank you, Matthew. Awesome. Peyton Turner. The kids are watching Frozen 2 on Disney Plus now. They released it today instead of tomorrow. As of this, that was about a little less than a week ago. Frozen 2 getting some love. Getting some love on the Resort Loop. Robin Howard says, canceling the trip we had planned for next week. Oh, Robin, I'm sorry. Unpacking. Oh, it's getting worse. Rescheduling for October. Well, October's not a bad time to go, though, Robin. Anytime you can get out of Ohio, Fingers crossed. And again, watching Frozen 2. I'd say let it go, but it would just be hanging right there, and that'd be low-hanging fruit. Sheila Ginsburg, we all know her as Oh Sheila, listening to podcasts and so on, and looking forward to her next trip. I will appreciate it so much more after this experience. Absolutely. It's one thing to know, if you wanted to, say you had a long weekend, you could go. If you had the money, to scrounge up, I'm going to fly down for the weekend. I have the week, I'm just going to drive down there real quick. Just get a couple days in. But now to know you can't do it. Ugh. That's heart-wrenching. And how about the lack of posts on social media? We all have tons of Facebook friends and, Twitter friends and the whole thing. And, we're used to seeing something posted several times a day of what's going on in the park right now. Right now, nothing. Actually, not nothing. I did see overhead video they were taking of the park when it was closed. What I did notice, from what I'm recalling, there was like 3 or 4 cranes around the castle. I think they're going to get that whole thing knocked out. So when people do go back, there won't be any cranes, there won't be any scrims. It'll just be magically done. So that's kind of a positive. I'll get that. They're probably thinking, hey, let's make the most of this. As long as we have to do it, let's get some stuff knocked out. Also be curious to see. I don't know if they can have crews working during all this or not. But if they can get ahead on some of the projects maybe they were worried about falling behind on. Let's see if we can find the silver lining in what we can here. Oh, Benita Polly Braun. Hi, Benita. Hope you're doing well. Hope the family's doing well. Hello, Looper Nation. I'm enjoying the Disney magic at home by watching Frozen 2 on Disney Plus. I really enjoyed it. I have also been texting with my family and friend. Let's see, Tyler, Jessica, and Joanna are trying very hard to stay positive about our upcoming Disneyland trip and Disney West Coast, scheduled for the middle of April. Benita, I hope you get it in. Leslie Murphy says, I'm listening to Disney music while I'm working from home and planning my next vacation to Walt Disney World and for the next Disney cruise. I tell you, there's nothing better to plan than a Disney cruise. Maybe a Disney vacation also, but Disney cruise, definitely. When you're planning for a Disney World trip, you have all that fun, planning, what hotel do we stay in? What restaurants do we want to go to? But when you're booking the cruise, you're like, what ship do we want to go on? What ports do we want to see? Do we want to go to Palo? Maybe we should dress up and go to Remy. Lots of stuff going on there. Oh, my goodness. Everybody, that was everybody's reaction to the question, how are we going to enjoy the Disney magic at home in this time of social distancing? I will say I've done kind of the same thing. Like I mentioned, I've been watching some Marvel movies. And I went and I watched some... actually, I don't watch any of these. I caught up on some of the YouTube stuff that I do watch. But I noticed that right after Mickey and Minnie's Railway opened up, there were tons of ride-through videos and tons of POV videos of the ride and tons of like the camera on the people riding the ride. I'm not sure. I didn't watch any of those. I don't really like to watch ride-through videos. I've talked about this before, unless it's something that I've seen or I know that I'm not going to see, or something that I've previously seen, or something that I know I'm not going to see. Like if it's in Tokyo, Japan, or Shanghai, I might watch it. I spoiled Radiator Springs Racer for me. Although I've not been there yet, but I was like, I'm not going to get to Disneyland anytime soon. I got to watch this when it came out. But anything I've already been on, I'll watch it. Or if it's like the old videos, like something like If You Had Wings, but I'd watch those all day long. I don't know how you feel about that. I think I might put that out there as the next Looper listener poll. See how you feel about YouTube ride-through videos. Anyway, all this is over on LooperNation Live, our Facebook group. If you'd like to be a member of the Facebook group, just go over there and send us a little request. We'll get you in the group once we make sure you're just a real person. I'm Tim Scott. Facebook, Twitter, the website, ResortLoop.com. Don't forget to check us out over on YouTube. I have a Pinterest account. I really don't know anything about Pinterest. If you're a Pinterest person, let me know how I would do that. I don't know anything about it. I know people go there for crafty things. I could be crafty. Everyone, please go out there and share the gateway to the magic. But most importantly, be safe. Take care of each other. Keep an eye on your neighbors. We'll see everybody. Vacation memories will stay with you and your family for a lifetime. The Resort Loop Travel Group was created with this in mind. Our fee-free services will relieve you of the stress and confusion of finding and booking the best vacation at the best price. After booking, we will continue to monitor for ways to save you even more on your vacation. We will check for any upcoming packages and discounts to save you as many vacation dollars as possible. Resort Loop Travel Group, gateway to your magical vacation memories. Get a quote, or for more information, visit ResortLoopTravelGroup.com.